While some hospitals are bartering, some doctors and nurses are taking themselves to hotspots. Dr. Ajit Rai traveled from California to New York City, where he's been helping in ICUs for the past 2.5 weeks. He's with us tonight. Doctor, it's good to have you with us. Yours is a truly remarkable story. So you were practicing in California, you left and just came to New York to help?
That's correct. I'm a full-time anesthesiologist in Central California, and I began hearing about the catastrophes occurring in New York City hospitals from my colleagues who are currently working here, and I felt compelled to contribute and do my part.
And you did it all as volunteer work. Didn't even tell your parents, by the way, that you were coming here.
Yeah, so, I realized that chasing this virus, it's not the most popular quarantine idea, but, I remember when 9/11 happened and the Twin Towers were struck, although it was a very devastating time for our nation, I remember being so inspired about the stories of those firefighters who ran into those burning buildings and to, help save those people. And that bravery is something that I never forgot. And I do recognize that as an anesthesiologist, we are a very high risk subgroup of the physician population. But I simultaneously believe that, I've been studying and training my entire life for this moment. And I feel a moral imperative to provide care for as many people as possible. So, yeah, I didn't tell my parents, and that was a fun conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. So you've been here for 2.5 weeks now. I'm wondering if you can tell us, from what you found when you arrived until now, how have things changed in your own eyes?
Well, what I first found surprising is that operating rooms where routine knee surgery was occurring have become converted to intensive care units. So where we would previously be operating on a patient now has 3 ICU beds. So our hospitals have completely transformed. We're using operating room ventilators to put people on life support. I would say that the circumstances seem to be getting a little bit better, but we're still very resource deplete and spread very thin from not only a ventilator perspective, PPE perspective, but also a personnel perspective.
And how long do you anticipate that you'll stay here before you go back to California?
I would say it's open-ended. Right now, my obligation is to New York City, and I want to see this through. Several months ago, I began working for Doctors Without Borders, and, I was living in the Middle East, and that experience providing care in a resource-deplete area, I think mentally prepared me for this current crisis, where I'm now also helping deliver care in a setting that is very resource poor and personally hazardous. But I feel an obligation to see this through as best I can.
Incredible work you're doing. We salute you for it. We wish you well. That of your colleagues, too.
Thank you very much.